Hey gamers, Tony here from the ClassicLeague.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast, back with another hardware review. And today I am reviewing a portable handheld that is a PlayStation Vita knockoff type device running Android 4.0. This is the JXD S5110. That's the JXD S5110. And I purchased this device from willgoo.com. Now, willgoo.com has recently become one of the partners of our show. You can go to our website, classicleague.com, and scroll down to the right and click on willgoo.com. You'll see their logo here in this video. You can also go directly to willgoo.com. They carry all sort of amazing handhelds from JXD to Yinlips and more, including some tablets. And so they always have specials going on. Make sure you check them out. So just showing you a little bit about this hardware. It actually looks exactly like a PlayStation Vita aesthetically. It's got the rounded edges, two shoulder buttons. The only thing that's different really is obviously the screen, and it's not a Vita, but it doesn't have two analog sticks. It only has one. And so this is actually the hardware review, and we're actually going to be doing a software review separately. So let's go ahead and take a look at this device. First thing you're going to notice is the D-pad, and then you have your X, O, square, triangle buttons. And I'm sorry, sometimes my camera goes a little bit out of focus. The D-pad button quality is very, very good. It actually, the buttons, I feel like I could mash them, do whatever I want, and the quality is very good. It also has a select button, a start button, and then back, and then menu button to bring up your Android menu. And then it has an analog stick over here. And that's kind of one of my complaints. The analog stick is a little stiff, but not bad for what you get from this device. And then you get two really nice left and right shoulder buttons, which work very, very well. Now let's talk about the screen. The screen is 5 inches, so it's just like a PlayStation Vita screen. It is a resistive touchscreen, and that's something I appreciate about willgoo, is they actually advertised it as a resistive touchscreen and not capacitive. JXD advertises it as capacitive, but it is resistive. But the cool thing is it's the highest level resistive you can get. So it's 800 by 400 resolution, but it has a 3-point touch, so you can do 3 points of touch at the same time, and it's really, really pretty responsive. So I'm actually going to flip on. I have it in standby mode and kind of show you how responsive it is. And you can see here it actually is very, very responsive. And I'll even fire up Gunman Clive here, which is an Android game, and just show you how well I'm able to play that game. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to fire up. But there we go. So it's pretty responsive. As you can see, I'm using my complete fingers here to play this game, and it's really, really responsive. So it's not capacitive, which is the best, but it is resistive and it works pretty well. So I can actually jump, shoot, and I don't really have any issues playing the game. So it may not run the most tactical, advanced, accuracy-based games for Android because it's resistive, but like I said, it's the highest level resistive you can get, and it works pretty well, as you can see here. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and power that down and get back to the hardware review. On the bottom here, we have a micro SD slot. You can take up to 32 gigabyte SDHC. It comes with 4 gigabyte built-in, and I actually have a 16 gigabyte card in there. There it goes. Pop that out. But yeah, little micro SD card slot works very well. As you can see, I'll put that in a second. So yeah, little micro SD slot, and it lays really flush there, so that's nice. On the top, we have several different buttons and inputs and outputs. We have the power button. We have a hard reset button you would hit with a ballpoint pen. And then they're actually labeled here, so we'll go that way. So we have HDMI out. So it does have HDMI mirror mode to the TV. We have TV out, which you can use an analog wire, which it does not come with. But you can use an analog wire to go video out that way to your TV. You have a USB, which you can charge or hook up to mount it to the computer as a device. You have a headphone jack, and then you also have the charger jack as well. So the charger jack, yeah, it's fairly simple. The battery life is pretty good. It is built in, and it's not user replaceable. I'm able to get about probably 4 to 5 hours of game time out of it when I'm playing it. So that's pretty nice. The cool thing is you can also hook up a wireless IR receiver and use a wireless controller with this device if you want to, maybe for some 2-player games. You can also hook up a keyboard and things like that as well. The back of the device looks really cool. It's got a silver thing here and a nice little art design for Android. It's got a 0.3 megapixel camera and flash, which the camera absolutely sucks, I'll just be honest, but I'm not going to use this device for the camera. I'm using it for gaming. Then it's got 2 speakers here, and the speaker sound quality is okay, but you're definitely going to want to use headphones or some sort of external speakers for really high quality sound. On this side we have nothing. And then on this side we have the Wi-Fi button. This does have Wi-Fi B, G, and N, so I always just keep it on to turn the Wi-Fi on. And for the most part, I think the Wi-Fi worked pretty well. As far as the beef inside of this machine, it's got a 4 gigabyte flash, so it's got 4 gigabytes of storage built in. So you're probably going to want to go ahead and add the micro SD slot. It's got the 5-inch touchscreen, as I mentioned. That's 800 by 400 pixel resistive touchscreen. It supports multiple video formats and audio formats, and like I said, the HDMI out is really nice if you want to do some things on the big screen. I was able to get Netflix running on this and some games as well for that, and so it comes with Android 4.0 Ice Cream Sandwich, which runs very, very well on the device, and it's powered by a Amlogic M3 Cortex A9 1 gigahertz processor. And then it also has a graphics processor as well. It's a 400. It's an ARM 400 3D graphics acceleration processor. So pretty impressed with the hardware of this device. I didn't have a lot of slowdown. That being said, you know, a lot of devices are going to dual core, and this is a kind of a knockoff PlayStation Vita tablet, but I really, really liked it, and I really liked Android Ice Cream Sandwich. I was able to get a lot of my favorite Android games running on this device. In addition, this plays tons of emulators, and that's what I'm going to primarily use the device for. Is it plays, you know, anything from regular Nintendo, Atari emulators, clear up through, PlayStation 1 emulators, and I was able to get things working pretty well. And I'm going to use this as my main emulator machine to do some old school emulator reviews, and so I'm really pleased with it for that reason. In addition, you can also program a lot of the Android based games that you can download from the Google Market into this device, and using a gamepad app you can actually map the buttons to work with the Android games instead of just the touchscreen. So overall, I've messed with a lot of these knockout tablets before, these knockoff tablets before, excuse me. And for the most part, I haven't been impressed with any of them, but I'm actually really impressed with the JXD S5110. For the most part, my only complaint is that JXD advertises capacitive and it's actually resistive, and that the analog stick feels really kind of stiff, and that's kind of frustrating. And then if you're a big sound buff, you're not going to like the speakers. But for the most part, this is a solid device. The buttons are really solid. It's really comfortable in your hand, and then you can't beat the TV out functions through HDMI or analog video. Now, I also do want to mention what this comes with in the box. It comes with your standard USB plug-and-play cable for charging and mounting. It also comes with the physical charger, as you see here, to plug into the wall, which is really nice. And then it actually comes with the USB dongle if you want to plug in a keyboard and something like that. And I actually haven't had a chance to test that yet, but that's pretty cool if you're wanting something that's mainly focused on gaming, but also can do some different things with hooking up a keyboard. I don't believe this device has Bluetooth, so this would be your option for hooking up keyboard. And then it also comes with some headphones from JXD, which I'll be honest, they just really suck, but that's okay. For the most part, I really highly recommend this device. I love the price tag. It's only $99 on willgoo.com. Make sure you go over to willgoo.com and check them out. But for the most part, I'm going to recommend this device. It's really, really cool. It's really solid. If you can get used to the resistive touchscreen and the analog stick, I think you'll be overall pretty happy. And that's my hardware review for the JXD S5110. Make sure you stay tuned for the software review coming soon. And this has been Tony. Make sure you like and favorite this video. And check out Classic Elite on g2po.com, as well as our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Classic Elite. Have a great day.